Introducing Razor, a wide gap base, cheap enough for an active solo, but with plenty of space inside to hold up to 3 players. First, I'll show you the upkeep of the 2 external TCs. There's one on either side of the base, and each one is disconnectable, meaning you can easily replace the main TC if it gets destroyed in a raid. Enter the compound through one of 2 mini gatehouses, each with a window looking back inside. There's even space on top for a turret. In here, you get a great view of the peaks the wide gap shooting floor provides. Incorporated into the compound walls, you'll find a defendable respawn point on either side. Although very compact, the compound has space for all the deployables you may need, with 4 turrets surrounding it. This base offers excellent quality of life, with dual entrances to improve mobility and access to all 3 floors. Jumping up the chute brings us onto the 2nd floor, which as you can see has a huge amount of loot storage. Access the core of the base through the drop-down bunker. Down here we have room for 10 large boxes, furnaces, a level 3 and the main TC, which can fit up to 2 days of upkeep. To seal the bunker, place a twig floor here and a triangle roof on top of it from this angle, upgrading it to metal. Destroy the twig to reopen. Climbing back upstairs, you can see that the 3rd floor is accessible from either side of the base. Up here, there are some really great peaks to defend from, given the small size of the base, with a 360-degree view of the entire compound and surrounding area. Creeping up the spiral stairs lets you peek back onto the roof in case any intruders ladder up before you get the turrets working. Inside, you can see we have a double bedroom with a battery hidden in the corner. On the other, there's a 4-box unlootable, where I recommend storing some of your best loot. To access the roof of the base, run back out to the shooting floor and climb up one of the 2 ladder hatches on either side. There's also a vending machine next to each exit. Up here, you can see the chute from the other side, the 2 turrets that provide coverage to the entire roof, and the extra peaks the wide gap provides to defend from. First, we'll build the starter. If you're low on resources at the start of the wipe, you can build half of it like so, although the full version only costs about the same as a 2x2. Obviously, you won't have the window at this point, but in this tutorial, I'll be building everything in its final grade, apart from HQM, which will be shown at the end. You must have a single doorway here for the bunker to work. For now, use a furnace to jump up on until you have a ladder. Your main 3 furnaces will go in this corner, covered by a window. Now build shelves in here at half height. Here I'll show you how to align the boxes so you can fit 10 in here. If you don't get these first 2 exactly right, you might have to start again. To seal the starter with the bunker, remove the furnace and replace it with a ladder. This corner of the base must be honeycombed, otherwise raiders can shoot out the twig from outside the base. remember to place a triangle at half height in the honeycomb, with a twig inside to connect to. Build a simple jump up to re-enter the base. There's no need to upgrade the twig to wood, as it can still be shot out without the honeycomb there. The bunker shouldn't be upgraded past metal, as it only really helps against the door raid. Before adding honeycomb all around the base, remember to upgrade the TC wall to HQM. Now mirror the honeycomb on the other side. Then complete the second floor by putting walls all around and a door on either side. Now seal in the roof. The loot room will go on this side. Make sure the garage doors are backwards so the small boxes don't poke through. Then add a ring of doors, like so. To put furnaces in this part of the honeycomb, and not to reduce the raid cost, you must build a triangle frame at half height in here. Place the furnaces first, then upgrade the twig to metal. Now to complete the entrances and build the chutes. These sections are mirrored on both sides of the base, so I'm only going to show you once. Just rewind the video and watch it again. Remember to leave a gap here for the entrance to the shooting floor. As you can see very quickly, this is what the other side looks like. At this point, I highly recommend getting 2 external TCs down, so if you get raided overnight, your base won't get briefed. Watch this part very carefully, as it can be quite confusing to obtain the correct positioning needed for the gatehouse and the wide gap. If you're still struggling, there's a step-by-step animation right after this, so you can see it a bit clearer. This base uses a slightly different version of the Mini Satori disconnectable, but it still disconnects in the same way. I got the idea for this design from B. Braden. See the description for a link to his video. After placing the external TC, build the gatehouse. Build up by another half wall, so you can fit the turret on top. Connect the gatehouse to the external with 3 square frames and a triangle, like so. If you need to disconnect the external TC, place a foundation and a roof, like so. To reconnect, remove the foundation and the roof, and replace the frames. When you're done, build another one exactly the same on the other side. Now to build the third floor. Build walls all around and then seal in the roof. The battery goes in this corner. Place the garage door backwards so you can fit 2 beds and a locker in here. Now build the unlootable loot room, making sure to lock all the boxes and get your team to access the codes before sealing them in. Now to extend the chutes up to the roof. Again, these are the same on both sides of the base, so I'm going to show you once. Just repeat this step on the other side. You can use the ladder here for now, if you don't have the ladder hatch BP yet. The vending machine must be placed before the ladder hatch, as it can't be done the other way around. And there's a chute on the other side. Now we're going to build the foundations for the wide gap and the compound bedrooms. So this part doesn't need an external TC, connected to the main base with a square floor and a frame. Now to seal in the compound. Depending on the terrain you're building on, you should be able to do it just like this, with only 12 walls. To put barricades on the mini gatehouses, put twig floors all around like so, then remove them after. Now we can start building the wide gap. Place triangle foundations like so, by grading these to metal. Link them to the gatehouse with frames, and upgrade this wall to metal. Then repeat this again on the other side. After that, build the foundations from this part. Connect them together with 2 layers of frames. Now finish the compound bedrooms. Don't worry about that breaking sound, it's just a symmetry bug in the build server I'm using. Again, repeat this process on the other side. Now we can add triangle floors all around the wide gap. Then add windows all around. After sealing the roof, build the P-cups. Here I chose to use the spiral stairs, as it doesn't make any sound when you creep up them, and it doesn't affect mobility around the shooting floor. Lastly, add all your embrasures. Now to complete the roof of the base. This is a very simple design, with triangle roofs on every corner. Put triangle roofs above the P-cups so you can fit turrets underneath. In the tutorial I actually forgot to build the windmill tower, which goes in the centre as shown in the tour. And finally, for some HQM upgrades. The entire core should be armoured, apart from the foundations. Unfortunately, we will have to remove a couple of boxes to access the walls behind. The ceiling can be done from upstairs if you like. The left-hand wall is optional. Oh, and don't forget this tile. And the base is done. I hope the tutorial was easy to follow, and the base was fun to make. Join my Discord if you need help with the build. Remember to like, sub and comment down below what design you want to see next. Cheers.